Hello YouTube! If this is your first time here, I'm Rosie and I'm a Kiwi living in Paris, and today I thought it could be quite fun if I took you around for a tour of my apartment. And to tell you as well how much rent I'm paying here so that you can get a fair idea of what you can expect for your money when you come to Paris. I'll also talk a little bit in general about the cost of living in Paris. If you have any further questions on this topic, please post them down below and I'll be happy to answer them. Before I get started with the tour though, I just wanted to mention that this is not the first apartment that I've had in Paris, it's my second one. The first apartment I lived in for 2.5 years, and it was just a small studio apartment of 22 square meters. And what I will say is that most people do not start out in a big 1-bedroom apartment like I'm going to show you today. And honestly, after 2.5 years of living in this tiny studio, this is my I deserve this apartment. Let's get going and I'll show you around. Great, so welcome to the living room, which is probably one of my favorite spots in the whole apartment. It's a super calm and light room, which I really like. I'll start giving you a little bit of a look around. So what we have up here are some nice prints that I've ordered, which are actually different mountains that you can find throughout New Zealand. And so they've kind of been interpreted in a geometric print kind of way. I really love the colours, and as you can probably spot in the lounge, I have tried to keep the geometric theme present throughout. I've got my geometric coasters on our nice squidgy woolen rug, which is very cozy in the winter time. It saves your feet getting too cold from the wooden floors. And what I really love is that we have these big windows or doors which open out onto our little balcony, and as you step outside you get this wonderful view of these Parisian houses in the Haussmannian apartment style buildings. I just love this because it makes me feel like, wow, I'm really living in Paris. And I don't think you can see it, but basically at the end of the street you have the Moulin Rouge. So we're in the north of Paris, and we've got this cool fake grass on the terrace, which is just pretty random, but love it. Cool, so coming back inside, and we'll take you over to the kind of dining area, I guess. And over here we've got our little office desk. And above the office desk we have a canvas print of a photo that I took a few years ago on vacation in Italy, in the Cinque Terre. I really love that old mirror and the fireplace just below it. And over here we've got a great piece of furniture that the previous tenants actually restored, and we bought it off them when they left because, well, there was no way they were going to get this down the stairs anyway. But it's really handy. We've got our plates and our cups and glasses in here and everything that you need to set the table. It's really practical and pretty good looking at the same time. And my beautiful little niece Lula, when she was a baby. Those are really pretty candles actually. They have tea lights down the bottom, and when they light up, the windows light up as if somebody's home. While I do like to have a few nice touches here and there, I have tried to keep things as simple and as minimalist as possible. Oh, and there I am. Hello! The main reasons just being that I hate clutter, and I really believe in using fewer things for a longer time. Cool, so let's continue the tour. Here we go into the hallway. We've got our things at the end, a coat rack and a shoe rack. And let's go into the kitchen. I'll pop the light on. So unfortunately we don't have any windows in the kitchen, but hey, you've always got to give something in Parisian apartments. Oh, we've got some cool magnets on the fridge here with some Maori words. So we're learning some of the colours in Māori. Kowhai is yellow, kakariki green. And so as you can see, it's not a huge commercial kitchen. We've just got a couple of elements, a little spice rack, some cupboards, and our microwave oven. So nothing very impressive in there. And as you can see, we've got our washing machine in the kitchen, and that's really classic in Paris. So moving into the bedroom, very simple bedroom. So as you can see, we don't even really have any art or a lot of colour going on in the bedroom. I really like simple, clean spaces in bedrooms. For me, it gives a sense of tranquility, and it's nice and easy to relax and get to sleep in them. This is the view when you look outside our bedroom window. And the bathroom, I won't spend much time on that. It's a standard bathroom. We've just got a toilet. Oh, this is funny. WC, which stands for water closet. They've like labeled the toilet, and we've got pink toilet paper. It's very small, but at least it's got windows, which mean that we can open the windows when we're having a shower and it doesn't get too steamy or too hot. So here's the bedroom from this angle. We've got a nice big wardrobe on the other side of the room. We've got a clothes rack on one side and we've got big shelves on the other, so it's perfect to store all of our belongings. I think this building is about 110 years old now. So beautiful. I just love the floors so much. And here we go back into the living area. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little tour around. As I said, this isn't really the normal apartment that you would start out in as a student. It's definitely a working professional apartment. So how much rent do I pay? Well, this apartment is based in the 9th arrondissement, so it's nice and central. So it's in a really cool area. It's quite hipster now. It used to be really dodgy. I mean, 10 years ago you wouldn't want to live in Pigalle because that's where all the prostitutes were, and it was famous for having people selling drugs around this area and all the bad things that kind of go with that. But these days it's kind of a cool place to live. It's up and coming, as they say, and it is safe now. So my boyfriend and I, for this apartment, we pay 1,300 euros per month. And that includes our charges, so that includes our water and it includes the general services of the building, so the lift that we use, the security, that kind of thing, those kinds of shared costs. So it means that I am paying personally 650 euros per month, and my boyfriend of course takes the other half of that. But as a student, I think you can expect to pay in Paris anywhere between sort of 550, 600 to 900 for a studio, depending on the quality and on the size and on the location. And when you upgrade to having that one bedroom, I think you're really more so looking at 950, 1,000 to 1,500 being the range that you're looking at. So is that expensive? Well, it depends on what your reference point is and how much you're earning. If you're coming from London, it's probably really cheap for this size and in this location. To put it into context, in France, the minimum wage that you could possibly be earning if you're working full-time is 1,500 euros per month. So if you're in a studio of 700 to 800 euros per month, yes, it's expensive. Rent sucks up half of your income. For people with my kind of profile, that is to say you've got higher education, you're in your late 20s, you're working full-time in a professional context, I'd say that most people spend between 25 to 40% of their net income after tax on their rent. Of course, on top of that, you have to add your phone, your internet, your transport, your groceries, the cost of living, but that hopefully gives you a roundabout an idea of what you can expect in Paris. If you have any other questions about this, please feel free to post them down below. I will get back to you. I'm happy to share really anything. I'm an open book, so don't hold back. And I will also link for you down below an interesting map that I found with the average rent prices for a studio in every single arrondissement in Paris, which gives you a general idea of the market. So that is all from me for this week, guys. If you have any video requests whatsoever, well, I mean, I have my limits. But if you have any requests on the topics of France, culture, expat life, cost of living, anything at all, please shout out because I definitely will do my best to do those videos for you. But until then, please subscribe, get notified when my new material comes out, and I'll see you soon. A bientôt!